Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the Imperial Sovereign Court of all Connecticut CT Connection, hosted by Emperor Vu Tran and Empress Miss Frank. Now sit back and enjoy CT Connection.
Thank you for being a friend. Travel down the road and back again. Your heart is true. You're a pal and a confidant. And if you threw a party, you invited everyone you knew, you would see the biggest gift would be from me, and the card attached would say thank you for being a friend. And if you threw a party, you invited everyone you knew, you would see the biggest gift would be from me, and the card attached would say thank you for being a friend.
Hey, look us over, lend us an ear, fresh up in clover, mortgaged up to here. But don't pass the plate, folks, don't pass the cup. I figure whenever you're down and out, the only way is up, and we'll be up like a rosebud, high on the vine. Don't thumb your nose, boy, take a tip from mine. We're a little bit short of the elbow room, so let us get us some, and look out, world, here I come. Hello, my darlings. Hey, look us over. Hey, looky here, folks, queer folks, here to raise some funds. Or in a pinch, we'll take $1. We'll take 100 if you want to give it to us and make it rain. So what do you say? We're gonna raise some money for charity today. A little bit short of the elbow room, so let us get us up and look out, world. Here we shout, world. Hey, look out, world. Here we come. Oh, hello in Facebook world, my darling friends. I am so glad that you have elected to join us this evening for the very first installment of Connecticut Connection. I am Empress 22 Miss Frank. CT Connection is about making community connections near and far, highlighting our amazing beneficiaries, introducing community leaders and initiatives in the state of Connecticut. Upcoming Connecticut court events will be highlighted as well, and a celebration of our membership. And with a cherry on top, if you got $1, if you got $5, if you got $10, please donate. So I want to thank our StreamYard producer, Patrick Dunn, aka Monarch 20, Kiki Lucia, our Venmo and PayPal being managed by our board treasurer, Kate Reynolds. Absolutely adore you. Streaming down below, our Venmo is at CT Imperial Court. Our PayPal is ctimperialcourt.org/donate. And so with all of that out of the way, I would like to bring on my co-host for all of our future CT connections, my Emperor, Emperor 22 Vu. Yay!
Hello, my Empress.
Hello, my darling Emperor. How are you?
I am well. It's so good to see you. It's so good to see everyone that's logging in. I see New York is in the house. I see Texas in the house. So if you are here and you are watching, and I see Washington, D.C. just came in. If you are watching, let us know. We want to see who you are. It's all about connection, everyone. So connecting with us, connecting with each other, and being together in this pandemic crazy time.
That's right, my darling. My Emperor, you look very handsome, very dapper. Look at you. Are you wearing
a little bit of new swag?
I was going to say you're wearing a Rain 22 t-shirt. Oh my goodness, you look marvelous.
Thank you to everyone who bought a Rain 22 t-shirt. We can't wait to see you out there wearing them. When you do, please tag myself and Frank so that we can collect all these photos. Frank, I think you might be the only one not to have received your t-shirt yet. So I'm not sure what's going on with your mail.
Look, I am looking out there every single day. I can't wait so that I can wear it myself. I'm so excited. Oh, hello from Las Vegas. Hello, Greg. Hello. Thanks for joining us. Isn't this wonderful? Well, Vu, yes, this is about connecting, making connections, and letting people know what we're doing in Connecticut and beyond. Hi, Nico. Hello, my darling. But, you know, if people got $1, if they got $5, if they got $10, right, please donate because they're going to some amazing beneficiaries, right?
Of such amazing beneficiaries. These 3 beneficiaries, we are so proud to be raising money for them this year. They all save lives every single day. The first one, A Place to Nourish Your Health, based out in New Haven. They started their work in HIV/AIDS prevention services, but they've expanded to so much more. Health management, nutrition, just making sure people have everything that need to live healthy, successful, and productive lives.
And the New Haven Pride Center, particularly their Capital Fund, this amazing organization in New Haven, Connecticut, has been active throughout the entire pandemic with their food programs, scholarship programs, case management programs, youth programs, support programs, you name it. The New Haven Pride Center does it and saves lives every day. So we're raising money for their Capital Fund in particular.
And then the final beneficiary is the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention Connecticut chapter. Mental health is so important right now. There are so many things going on in the world. And if you need help, please reach out to someone. And the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention is there for everyone. They have hotlines, they have groups, they're doing research. They've done so many Zoom events during the pandemic. So they are out there to help us and we are there to help them. So we're hoping to raise lots of money today. So if you have $1, $5, $10, $100, please consider making a donation. And we also have something to prep that, right? There's a little bit of an auction coming up, Frank.
Oh, we do have a fabulous auction coming up, my darlings. Yes, I'm very excited about this. These absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous earrings. I mean, these are really door knockers, right? They're AB, Aurora Borealis. These are really door knockers, right? They are just gorgeous. So they are coming up later in the show. Hi, Wayne. Yes.
Oh, hi, Tasha.
Natasha, how are you feeling?
I don't wear earrings, Frank, but I do have a door. So I could have a knocker for it.
You do have a door, and you could with those earrings. They will certainly hold up. Hi, Peter. So Vu, this is our first of now what's going to be 17 CT Connections coming up, and those are the dates right there of our future CT Connections. Quite often, we are going to be coming at you twice a month. So we are really excited to be joining you, making connections, raising money for our beneficiaries, and also just having a really good time. I think that's really important.
I just hope they don't get tired of us, but I don't think that's possible because we're going to have new and exciting guests each and every time we do this.
Each and every time. And today we have some amazing guests, and we'll get to them in a minute. But it is true. Every single time we will have absolutely fantastic guests. Vu, guess what?
Guess what? What?
We are over a month into our reign.
You lied.
Isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy?
You're lying. It can't be.
No. I swear, I looked at the calendar today and I thought to myself, hi, Revy. I thought to myself, it couldn't be. We are well over a month into our reign.
I feel like we were at the Shea yesterday and I was tripping over my step-up coat and luckily nobody could see because it wasn't on screen.
Well, thanks to Anna and Bonnie, we did not step. We did not trip. Right, our amazing ICPs and ICIs. Hi, Michael Perez. Yay, Team 22. Woo, Nelson. Hi, darling. Yes.
Yeah, but it's been a great month so far. We had a great event a couple weeks ago. Welcome to Woodstock, our first Shea event of the season, and it was
successful.
Such good vibes in the room. Community coming out. There were folks there that hadn't been out for a very long time, and it was their first venture out. And just seeing the hope and the community and everyone just there for one another, it completely lifted my spirits. I know that's for sure.
Oh, I feel the same way. It was absolutely amazing. And congrats again to Imperial Crown Princess Bonnie Petit and Imperial Crown Infante Anna Springer. It was absolutely amazing. Hi, Patrick, our amazing producer. Oh, Chrissy, we love and miss you, my
Oh,
darling.
thank
Can't wait to
you.
throw our arms around you. Hi, Bella. All these fabulous people, Vu, wanting to join us. Isn't that wonderful?
It's so wonderful.
So, we have some upcoming events
Mhm.
for the Imperial Sovereign Court of all Connecticut. Obviously, we are here today for CT Connection. But, Vu, do you want to talk about Bike for Life?
Speaking of Chrissy, my in-state half, Emperor 16 Dust and D Cobwebs, we are doing this amazing campaign, Bike for a Life. So through March 31st, so there's only a few days left, we are collecting all the donations that we can get. And for every $5 that we collect for this Bike for a Life campaign, Chrissy and I have agreed to bike 1 mile. So the goal is to raise $1,000 and bike 200 miles. We are at about 720 so far, 3 days left to go. I just know that we're going to get there. I'm confident. I know we're going to do it. Chrissy, get those legs warmed up. We're going to be biking. If you are a cyclist, let me know because there's going to be opportunities for you to bike with us because I know I put on a little bit of weight during the pandemic and I need to bike a little bit.
Yeah, I put on, let's be real, I put on about 90,000 pounds in the pandemic. Let's be real here, okay?
Doesn't pounds over 89,000.
Oh, aren't you sweet? You're such a pinchy little cheek. You're so sweet. So, yeah. So we have that amazing event, ongoing event coming up. It really is so important right now more than ever to stay healthy. And why not raise money for charity when we're doing it, right?
Hello from South Carolina. And we have an upcoming event, South Carolina, the newest court. Welcome to the family, y'all.
Yes, congratulations, my darlings. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the fam. Hi, Cash.
A Shea event coming up, right, Frank?
Yes, we do. On April 10th, we are very excited. The Dead Performers Society, hosted by our darling, darling friends and protectors of the realm, Count Mark Hicks Richards and Count George Hicks Richards. And it's going to be an evening of performances from performers who have passed on. Ooh. And we're so excited about that, my darling friends. And of course, we're raising money for our 3 fantastic beneficiaries. Shout out to the Shea. Shout out to the Shea.
You're going to learn so much about the Shea later on in the program. And the Shea is a home to so many of us. And we really wanted to bring that concept of protecting home into this year's RAIN. So I will feature the RAIN logo if you want to talk about it a little bit, Frank.
Yes, so that is our RAIN logo. And Vu and I came up with this RAIN logo, Vu, about 10 minutes we came up with it. It is about the ruby slippers representing our community and the dragon protecting our community. And so Vu and I are very much geared in terms of reaching out and protecting our community and binding our community together in a time that is very difficult for us all. And so we're very, very excited. And again, those of you who purchased RAIN t-shirts and hoodies, thank you so much because we're getting the image out there all about community. And so, my darling, we have some fabulous guests. Yes, we do. We have Regent Empress Nikki Chen of the Imperial Court of Toronto.
We have Viscountess Dolores Degage from the Imperial Court of New York. And a CT drag and dance legend. You are not going to want to miss that interview.
And we have Lord Kyle Edwards of the Imperial Sovereign Court of all Connecticut, who is going to be hosting a regular segment on CT Connections. And so we're really, really excited to have him. But I wanted to bring this up to you because I was just horrified, right, to hear this. I almost cried, okay? So I'm very excited that we have our first female vice president, right? First female vice president of color, first female vice president of South Asian descent. It's so, so amazing. Hey, Nikki. Hey, Nelson. Do you know, allegedly, that she is still living out of a suitcase because the house is not ready yet?
The house is not ready yet?
That I guess her residence, the vice presidential something is not ready. And so she's in between living out of boxes. And I thought to myself, well, at least she knows how drag queens feel, right? I mean, that's...
But, okay, I did not know that. But if that's... Yeah. I have 2 comments. One, what was going on in that house?
Don't get me started.
Why wasn't it ready? Okay, I'm just saying. And 2, I'm going to give Miss Kamala Harris her props because she is still looking mighty good for living out of a suitcase.
Yes. So beyond being wildly brilliant, right? Amazingly talented, kind, hardworking, clearly out there for us all. She does look like $1,000,000 all the time. I mean, those Crocs sometimes, those heels sometimes. I got you, girl. I
And
just love her.
I'm just saying that whole inauguration was the year of the coat. I mean, Michelle Obama's coat, Amanda Gorman's coat, Kamala Harris's coat. They all came to slay. I was not mad at it.
Yeah.
I know I went looking for a pea coat the next day because I'm like, we're here for it. We're ready.
If they have one in 5X, let me know. So so I had to bring that up because I saw it on the news today and I thought that's horrible. But I guess she knows how drag queens feel now. So, well, my friends, it is now time for a regular segment that we call To Quote a Queer, from an amazing text of the same name, a compendium of wit, wisdom, and devastating remarks. Boo, do you want to go with the first one?
Yep. So our first is on courage, from the great Liberace. I had to dare a little bit. Who am I kidding? I had to dare a lot. Don't wear one ring, wear 5 or 6. People ask how I can play with all these rings, and I reply, very well, thank you.
Come on, Liberace. Come on, come on, come on. On Drag, the famous performer Nathan Lane. The Barbara Bush look is, sadly, the drag I look best in. Sorry, Nathan.
Relatable content. On Fame, from RuPaul Charles. When you become a public figure, you become at the same time a product. And people actually look at your expiration date, you know? They look at your age and say, how fresh is this one? You so fresh though, Miss Frank. My Empress is so fresh, y'all. She ain't due to expire until February 2022. After that, I can't say anything.
That expiration date's written on the back of my head. It's very, very true, on the back of my crown. And so I leave you with one last one, my darlings. This is not from this text to quote a queer, but it is a quote from the founder of the imperial court system, Mama Jose Julio Saria, who was the first person of color and LGBT person to run for political office in this country. And she said, "You don't have to conform. You are what you are, and that's it. I am what I am, and that's it." Don't you just love that? And that's it, right? It just so happens I have that tattoo on my arm. I am what I am. So thank you, Mama Jose.
And that falls into what we're doing with our ball theme this year with a Victor's Ball. And that's kind of the whole point of calling it a Victor's Ball. We want people to come as their most victorious selves. We want you to see you as you are. And we want that to be the whole year. So our membership, we want to highlight them and let people see the amazing human beings that we are surrounded with. So I love all of these quotes. Patrick, thank you for posting where you can buy this amazing book from a queer-owned store. I actually got the quote sent by Frank, but now I'm going to have to go to this website and order a copy of my own because we want to support those local LGBTQ plus businesses.
Yes, fabulous, fabulous text will give you lots of laughs, lots of inspiration, my good friends. And so as a kind reminder, our Venmo and our PayPal are streaming on the bottom of our screen. And so please, if you are so inclined, if you are able, if you are generous, please, please donate. And if you can't, if you cannot, please just know we're happy that you're here. We know that people are on fixed incomes now, particularly in the pandemic. So we're just glad that you're here with us, my good friends.
Oh, hello, Savvy.
Oh my God, it's my sister. I can't take it. Hello, Savannah Devereaux. How are you, darling? Hello, Chino. Oh my God, Chino. Hello. Hello, Chino. So, Boo, what do you say about bringing on our first amazing guest? What do you say?
I'm ready.
I'm ready. You know, everybody out there, ladies and gentlemen, and those in between, this human being is one of the most fantastic, artistic, giving, hardworking, inspirational individuals out there, not just in the state of Connecticut, but out there. And so we welcome to the virtual stage, Dolores Degage Hopkins, Viscountess of the Imperial Court of New York, LGBTQIA plus community activist, legendary performer, dancer, and dance teacher. Welcome, Dolores.
Wow,
Yay!
that's quite the welcome, Boo. And
Yes, goddess.
Well, I mean, it is a welcome that you have earned, my darling.
Well, thank you.
You really
That's
are.
very
You
kind.
are a staple of our community. You are beloved, and we're so glad that you're here with us today.
I'm very happy to be here.
So
It's
happy.
always such a delight seeing you. You always light up the room, always the biggest smile on your face. I'm a hug ready if it's safe to do so. But you are also such an inspiration to me. I grew up with a musical theater background, and I can do a two-step here or there. But you, my darling, your dance background
I
is
have a past.
stunning. So can you tell us a little bit about your dance career, how you got started, what you've done?
Well, I've been in the dance community for 42 years. That's pretty scary. I actually didn't start dancing until I was 18. That's actually old. But I was determined. Musical theater was my first love. And I needed to have a little bit of dance. So I took it. Oh, God, there I am. Wow.
Oh, wow. Wow. I'm going to need more explanations on these photos, Dolores.
I think this shows how many COVID pounds I put on.
Oh, you and me both, Dolores. You and me both.
I could hold that costume. When they gave me that costume, it fit in the palm of my hand. And I was like, is there more? Barely covered my hands,
it wouldn't fit my foot. I mean, it just wouldn't.
That was 1986 in Lima, Peru. I was on tour with the National Ballet of Venezuela. I was lucky to be a guest artist with 2 different times for 6 months. So I spent a great deal of time in South America. I toured all over the country with the National Ballet of Venezuela and worked with amazing people. The highlight I think I had was I got to do a pas de deux called Gemini, and it was for 2 men. And it was, at the time, earth-shattering to the public to see 2 men doing a romantic pas de deux. And it was going to be for none other than Margot Fontaine, in honor of her, with an audience of 5,000 people in the National Theater, with the National Orchestra, and a football-sized stage. And I was just young enough and stupid enough to not be terrified, which was lucky. Now I look back and think, oh my God, how did I even go on the stage? So I've had a very varied career. I danced professionally in the 80s, and then actually had a back injury, and I've always been a photographer. And the dance magazine photographer at the time, Jack Mitchell, was photographing my ballet company in Florida, Ballet Florida. And so I'd had a back injury, and I showed him my portfolio, and he offered me a job on the spot as his assistant, as his current one was moving to Paris. And I moved to New York City, sight unseen. Never been to New York City. Small town in Texas, South Florida dancing. And next thing I knew, I was living in Manhattan and working on the Upper East Side with Jack Mitchell. First day of work, I think, was Mary Martin. There was some kind of fundraiser. Mary Martin. There was a group of 20 Broadway legends, and I was just overwhelmed. Mary Martin's from one town over from where I grew up in Fort Worth and Weatherfield,
Really?
Texas. So it was an amazing experience. I worked with them for 2 years, and we went everywhere and photographed everything. And then I just, once you're in a ballet bug, it just draws you back in. As my spine healed, I, by the age of 29 or 30, was back into ballet. And and I ran a ballet company in Bridgeport for 30 years. Yeah, had my own nonprofit ballet company. Mostly, I started that to dance all the roles I didn't get given that I wanted. I choreographed. I produced ballets where I could be the star. So that went on for about another 10 years, and then we went on to do a whole lot of different things. This is me in my current location. I thought I had retired, but I came out of retirement, and I now work at the Joan Lynn Dance Company in Hamden, Connecticut, with Joan Christensen as the artistic director. She's an amazing individual. And I really lucked out because I had stopped doing that. I had a lot of life-changing things that happened, and I had stopped doing that. And when I decided to transition back to the fall of 2019, I thought, the dance, I'm done with that. That's not going to happen anymore. And a couple of things happened that convinced me that I shouldn't have to give that up. One was meeting Sean Dorsey of Sean Dorsey Dance in San Francisco, who's the leading trans choreographer in the country and the world, probably. And then I got a job. I subbed for somebody. They offered me a job. And within 8 weeks, I got fired. And I have never been fired in my entire life. So I got fired.
Their loss.
The transition was too much for them. And then another friend asked me to sub a class for them. And I have been completely welcomed. The kids adore me. They call me Miss Dee Dee.
The reason we included those photos is because I think that's very clear. Yeah. That those kids adore you.
Yeah, it's a wonderful experience. And to have a
Yeah.
place to work while I'm transitioning during COVID and a lockdown, it's just been brilliant for me. It's kept me sane. It's something I
Sure.
adore doing and love doing. And I have a lot of information to pass on to them. So
You
it's worked
do,
out
and
very well.
you do, and I think it's so important. I'm a theater professor when I'm not an empress, and
I know.
it's so important for these kids, for performer kids, for artistic kids to have their outlet, because when that was stolen from them. I mean,
Right.
when all of this started, and so the fact that you are creating the space and creating a space of love and support for these young people is just so important. And thank you for what you do. Because as artists, we know if we don't pass on our experience, it goes with us, right?
This is true.
Yeah. And so I just know that these young people are benefiting significantly. But what has it been like to teach dance during the pandemic?
Well,
I know they're all in masks and so on.
we had just really got going with me as the director of the ballet there, and then we had to lock down. We literally were like full steam ahead. They also do competitions at this school, and I was helping as the ballet mistress, polish that. And they were really, really responding and doing fantastic. And then we literally had to halt the breaks.
Yeah.
And everybody was home. And within a week, we were on Zoom teaching classes from our homes.
Wow.
And that was rough. It was rough for everybody across the world and the country. But we leveled that out, and that worked. And then we got to the summer, and it was we started doing private one-on-ones, wearing double masks and shields and keeping 20-foot distance, one student at a time in a studio. And then by the end of September, we reopened with very strict, parents can't come in, they drop their kids, they wait to find out they don't have a temperature. And we've really maintained that throughout the entire year.
Yeah.
Joan Christensen's been amazing with constantly cleaning, constantly being on top of everything.
Yeah.
And we've been lucky, knock on wood, we have not had to shut down since
That's wonderful.
beginning of October.
Mm-hmm.
And so that gave the dance, we had to double our classes because we had to reduce the size to 8 or 10 per class.
Sure.
Luckily, we have very large studios, but no, it's stressful. Stressful for everybody. Stressful for me. We have 7 kids coming from 7 different school districts.
Wow.
That's wild. I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Every day is a risk. And
it's so great that you've been able to transition into that. I know I teach dance fitness classes, and we did the Zoom classes for a while, and it's a different experience. I mean, there's some things that virtual elements are great for, like these conversations and to connect with each other, but dancing is not quite one of them for me personally. So we've also been able to do some classes in person, and it's just nice that we are getting somewhere with it. So people, wear your masks. When your time comes to get a vaccine, please consider doing so, because these face-to-face connections and being around people, I think, is something that we need.
I can definitely say the mental health for me.
Mm-hmm.
For my own mental health, it's been fantastic, and for the kids, for the dancers' mental health, it's the only thing they have. It's the only outlet. Some of them are in school, some are out of school.
Mm-hmm. Well, so I want folks to get to know another side of Dolores, and along with being an incredible dancer, you also have a long and storied drag persona. So tell us about how Dolores came about. How was she invented? Oh my gosh, look at this. So stunning.
That's Sassy's mom wearing Sassy's picture on her shirt.
I love that.
Wow.
Beautiful.
That was Bridgeport Pride. I've worked with Bridgeport Pride about the last 5 years. Ricky Mestri, of course, is the head honcho of that. I started drag in the late 80s. It went very smoothly with something I wasn't dancing professionally, and I always worked in the gay community. Ballet does not pay well, especially back in the 80s. So I was a bartender at night, a go-go boy at the Copacabana in Fort Lauderdale.
Ooh.
I did that for a while. And you do what you have to do to keep doing your art. So I began doing Dolores, and the name Dégagé came later, but I picked Dolores right away. It was my mother's sister's middle name, and I loved my Aunt Marilyn Dolores. She was very glamorous, so I picked Dolores. And that grew and grew. It seemed to be more, I was asked to do fundraisers and hostessing things, and because obviously I have the gift of gab, so I I did those kind of things, but I did some shows. I was a live, I was musical theater, so I was a live singer, so I wasn't super keen on lip syncing, but I got into the groove of it, and that grew and grew, and more in Connecticut. In the last 10 years, I guess I've done 15 years.
Yeah.
Because when I met Sassy 15 years ago, I started performing a lot with her and producing shows for her. So I've just done more and more. My most recent gig was a brunch at the Sol de Cuba Cafe downtown New Haven. And he recently called and wants them to start up again. And I was like, let me get my vaccine and let it become real. And it is.
Right.
So hopefully I can
I think
there soon and start producing shows there again.
that's wonderful. And I think, you've done so much. Obviously, we talked about your dance background, but also just your community activism and your, I know you sit on the board of the New Haven Pride Center, which is an amazing organization. Can you speak a little bit to sort of your experiences with the Pride Center over time?
The Pride Center. I was actually on the board of directors 10 years ago for the first time. And it was a much smaller organization. The budget was a lot smaller, and it didn't have a lot of visibility. And so in working with that, our goal was to get it out of where it was in downtown New Haven. So I was on the board through that being achieved. And I was also on the board of APNH at the time. So I was on the board of when it was AIDS Project New Haven. Now it's a place to nourish your health. So I've been on both those boards. I returned to the board, with my partner Sassy Saltimboca, many of you know her, with the cancer, I resigned from all the boards and focused on that. So I'm finally to the point where I wanted to return, and I spoke to Patrick and said, I'd really like to come back on the board when you have a need. And that came pretty quickly, so I got back on the board. And it's a whole new world there now with a much larger budget. So many more things that they do for the community. It's amazing.
Yeah.
The exciting thing for me was when I went back on, they had started the food bank in the summer, and I was able to go and volunteer.
Wasn't that amazing? Wasn't that amazing?
Saturday mornings. It was incredible. It was just incredible. Just incredible. Yeah. I'm so proud of the Pride Center and what they've accomplished and their goals and where they're going. And I can't say enough about Patrick Dunn for being an incredible leader and executive director.
Oh, yeah. Just couldn't have better, right? Couldn't have better. But I think it's so important that a community organization needs community support, right? And so you being so visible in the community, being so connected in the community, and being so open about who you are and why everyone should be celebrated is so important to have someone like you, and like us, representing these small nonprofits in Connecticut, because they really need us, right? I mean, they really need our support.
I've been out loud and proud since I was 15 in a very small town in Texas. That was not fun.
Yeah, I can't imagine it was.
But it made you who you are, and we love all of it.
Well, thank you. I shocked the world again when I decided to transition at a much more advanced age than maybe some do. But that was fun.
But you know what? I think one's journey is dictated by no one but them.
Right.
And so we're so glad that you came on today. And would you please, we have one more thing we want to chat with you about, but would you mind sticking around a little later for a little game? I know you said you don't play games, but please, it's going to be so much fun.
I will do that for both of you.
Okay, we appreciate that. Right. We appreciate that. And of course, in addition to everything else that Dolores does in this world, Dolores is a member of the amazing Imperial Court of New York, our mother court, and is therefore a part of the Imperial Court system. And so we know that Graham DeCracker and Madeline Keith are about to step down, right? Yes. And so we're really proud of them and happy for all the work that they've done. But I know you've been a part of a lot of that.
They've done an incredible job during the pandemic. They got really thrown a curveball. And I think all of the courts, but I'm with that court, so I know intimately what's been going on. Just an incredible job. By the monarchs, by the board of directors, by the members, and what it's taken to learn all these new things to do and how to stay connected and how to fundraise during all this, because those organizations we talked about need us even more.
That's right.
Right? So
that's right.
Thank you.
Well, we love the Imperial Court of New York.
You do is amazing.
Well, we're trying. We're trucking along, and thanks to people like you.
And you're very visible, so that's wonderful.
Oh, thanks. Thank you, my darling. So Please pop back a little later on. We're going to call you back. Thanks so much to Dolores Degage Hopkins. We love you. We love you. And hopefully when we are all vaccinated, we can all be with each other again and give each other big, big hugs and kisses.
All right, we'll see you soon.
All right.
So lovely.
Just truly, as we said, I mean, one of the most fantastic, real, kind, giving people you'll ever meet anywhere.
Mm-hmm. And that introduction, she's worth every single word and more.
Oh yeah. There's no question. Absolutely no question. And so, kind reminder, our Venmo information or PayPal information is streaming on the bottom of the screen. Please, if you have $1, we would really, really appreciate it. If you got 5, we'd appreciate that too. And if you got 50, we'd appreciate that as well. And again, please understand, we recognize that people are on fixed incomes due to this pandemic. Please recognize that if you are here and you cannot donate, we value you being here with us. Mm-hmm. You are our family. You are our friends. CT Connection is about making connections and giving people a little break from our crazy daily life, right, Boo?
Right. And thank you, Ricky, for your donation. Ricky Nestra, as we mentioned before during the segment, does so much great work for our community, so integral in Bridgeport Pride. We can't wait to see y'all again. Connie from Buffalo, we saw you pop in during the last segment. So just so good to see everyone once again. And that's why we're here, is to connect.
That's right. And so we're going to move right along, my darlings. We have a lot left for you in this show. And so our next guests are fantastic people. I'm going to let Vu talk about them. They were unable to make it today because they have an amazing event going on at the Shea in Hartford, Connecticut. They have their fantastic drag brunch. Hit it, Vu.
Yeah, so you will learn more about these folks in this interview, but they are just staples of the community. Whenever we need them, they are there for us. They do so much for us each and every day. So please welcome to your virtual screen the owners of the Shea S, John and Louis Pepe.
Yay! We'll see you in a minute.
All right, everyone. So today we are so excited to welcome John and Louis Pepe, owners of the Shea S in Hartford. How are you doing today?
Wonderful. How are you?
We are doing so well. So as y'all know, the Shea S is the home bar of the Imperial Sovereign Court of all Connecticut, but it's also the home bar of so many members of our community and so many organizations. And I'm actually pretty new to the Hartford area gay bar scene with joining the Imperial Sovereign Court just 4 or 5 years ago. But I know the Shea S has been around so much longer than that. So can y'all just give us a little bit about the history of the Shea and your role in the community and how long y'all been around?
So the Shea opened in June of 1976. Its original location was it was actually on the waterfront where the Connecticut Science Center now is, and it moved to its current location probably in the early 80s. So it was probably on the waterfront from 76 to about 83, 84. And then it moved to where we are now in about 84. So it's been in its current location for a very long time. It's changed and adapted and grown so much over the 45 years. We turned 45 this year. So it's changed and grown and adapted through the decades that we've been open, so much. You know, it survived a fire. It's surviving a pandemic.
Yay!
So the Shea has been a vital part of the queer community for a very, very, very long time, and it's very important that we protect that community resource.
Well, I'll say, you know, my first time going to the Shea was a number of years ago under the last owner. But I'll tell you, you both have done such an amazing job in building upon the foundation that was there and creating a 21st century space that speaks to the needs of 21st century queer people.
Yeah.
You just do that so well. And so I know that obviously the pandemic throws a wrench in everybody's works, right? So tell our viewers a little bit about sort of the process by which you sort of had to meet the challenges of the pandemic and what that meant for you.
Well, I mean, it started with him actually. You know, when they shut us down, I was so depressed. I didn't leave the bed for like 3 days. I didn't eat. I didn't shower. I was practically in tears. And this one yelled at me, and he was like, "You need to get out of this bed and go and do something." And I was like, "Well, what am I gonna do?" And he's like, "Go paint the shed. Go paint the shed." So then I was like, I thought to myself, well, a bucket of paint's only $100. I guess I could do that.
Right.
And then $25,000 later, we renovated the entire shed because I kept going. I kept wanting to do more and more and more, you know. And I mean, we follow the guidelines. When the guidelines came up and they finally said we can open back up again, it was like May 20th, I think. And I said, we're not ready. I said, I'm not ready to do this. I want to wait a couple more weeks. And I believe we opened on June 3rd. And we opened with the patio only. And then the governor said that at that point we can move inside like 2 weeks later. So we had to buy a lot of tables and chairs because, you know, obviously before it was just, you know, we had tables and chairs before, but not as many as we have now. And
Right.
Lewis and I were in there nights on end with measuring tapes, and we put we put stickies on the floor where the tables go. So we made sure that, you know, if someone moved it 2 inches, that we moved it right back to where the sticky was on the floor.
Yeah.
And the plexiglass, I never remember the day that they said we can have bar seating. I had one piece of plexiglass being delivered by UPS, and I literally tracked him down on his route and said, I need my plexiglass. And he had to dig through the UPS truck to get me my plexiglass so I can get to the Shea and hang it up in time for us to open.
And might I just say to our viewers, if you don't go to the Shea and see what that $25,000 did, it is drop dead gorgeous in there. I mean, state of the art screens, and there's an art gallery, VIP. Please,
It's a full experience. I literally was just there last night, and it's a complete experience. And the food that they have added with the new Shea menu is amazing. I had the steakhouse burger last night. It was absolutely delicious. Anthony is doing a great job back there. But that is also something that's new during the pandemic, is that y'all have basically created like a sit-in restaurant environment. So how has that been going for you?
So the kitchen started. The kitchen has been our saving grace because we wouldn't be open right now if it wasn't for that kitchen. The ice machine broke, and our repairman said that I'm not working on this anymore. It's too old. You need a new one. So I was like, okay, well, let's get an ice machine. So when we took the ice machine out, the subfloor was rotted. So I was like, okay, you know, we'll replace the subfloor. So then when we ripped up the subfloor, the beams underneath the subfloor were rotted too. So in order to replace the beams, the entire floor had to come up, which means every piece of equipment had to come out of the kitchen. Yeah. So we ripped up the floor, we replaced the sub beams, and I said, well, we're at it now. Let's just do it all. So we created a brand new commercial kitchen, and we obtained a food license. And I did everything legitimately. We upgraded the plumbing, we upgraded the electrical, and every single person told me that I was completely and utterly crazy for doing that. And every day I walk in and I look up at my food license and I thank God that I did that, because we would not be open right now if it wasn't for that.
Well, they were wrong. They were wrong.
Don't you worry. I made a handful of phone calls.
As you should have. As you should have. So, you know, we're talking about, you know, what the Shea offers, but in any given month, can you describe to our viewers the variety and frequency of the events that happen at the Shea?
So prior to the pandemic, we were booked solid. Wednesday through Sunday, there was always something happening. But now we try to limit it to, we have our open stages on Thursdays, which is, that's my baby, you know. Shea Legends competition and the open stages are that's my baby. You know, I protect that at all costs. And then we have a show, a headlining show, either on a Friday or a Saturday. Domingo hosts his events every other month. George hosts his kink. We transformed kink into a dinner show. They have kink every other month. Our brunch is once a month. So we're not trying to bombard people with all these events yet, but it's spaced out and spread out. So you know, the Ursa Men has trivia night, bingo, karaoke on Sundays, which has also been a saving grace. So there's a lot of stuff going on, but it's not overwhelming. You know, it's not. You know, it's different crowds coming, different nights, supporting constantly.
We also know that you have some big things coming up at the Shea. So any big upcoming events you want to talk about?
So our Legends finale is coming up.
Ooh.
We will be there.
Yes, we will.
Very exciting.
Very exciting. Yes, this
It's going to be a huge deal.
huge
And
show.
I don't know. We're very proud of it, and it's
You
going to
should be.
the craziest show. Yeah, and we have Callista and Natalia fighting for the crown. Two
Yes.
amazing performers, and
Well-
I can wait.
Well, you know, if you're out there and you don't know what Shea Legends is, I think it is Connecticut's answer to RuPaul's Drag Race, but with a community feel, with a fabulous host, amazing panel of judges. It's just so much fun to see these drag artists blossom and become more like themselves and showcase their creativity and compete, right? And get back to competing, because I think that there's some value in that healthy competition.
Correct. I mean, there are times like Lewis is one of our main judges, and I'm behind the bar. And yeah, I don't get very much time when it's busy to look up and watch some of the performances, but every once in a while I'll glance up and you see these baby queens, you know, start out one way, and then I hear something, I hear the crowd scream, and I look up and I'm like, what? You know, and you see the progression week after week of them getting better and better and better and better.
Amazing. Yeah.
It's so rewarding to be able to provide that and have that space.
Well, you know, I can say from my perspective, as someone who perhaps, you know, what is drag? There's no definition of drag, right? It can be many, many things. But as someone who presents, let's just say, differently from the mass, right? I have always felt celebrated at the Shea.
Mm-hmm.
Always. It means a lot to have a community space where one can go, not just to be themselves, but to see other people being themselves.
Yeah.
Because it's the evidence that there are people in the world that love you that you've not met yet.
Correct.
And you will meet them at the Shea. I'm a firm believer in that. You'll meet them at the Shea.
No, that's very true.
Yeah, for sure. And so how can people support you? I mean, I know that they can go to the Shea and they can get a few drinks and they can tip performers and they can certainly order food, but how else can they support the Shea?
When they feel safe, then to just come home. You know, I promise you that Lewis and I are fighting with everything that we have to keep that place alive, and we're going to do it. We're going to do it. So
And we're going to do everything. We're going to do everything we can to help you do that.
it's gonna be there for you when you're ready.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's how they can support the Shea. When they're comfortable, come home.
Well, y'all heard it here, folks. Come home. And we just want to thank once again having the owners of the Shea, John and Louis Pepe, join us for the first ever CT Connection. We couldn't imagine two greater people to share this moment with.
Oh God, I can't take it. I'm so emotional. I can't take it.
I know we did that interview, and like I got like teary eyed rewatching it again. I mean,
I know.
oh gosh, they
I
they
did
are
too.
they're just
Well,
amazing.
I know we know, and so many in our community in Connecticut know how amazing John and Louis Pepe are. But um, if you're outside of Connecticut, if you don't know what the Shay is, if after the pandemic, once we're all inoculated and all of that, if you ever find yourself in the Hartford area, please stop by the Shay on Weathersfield Avenue. I cannot tell you what an amazing space it is. I can't say any more than what John and Louis said. How about we say that? They really do provide our court, the Imperial Sovereign Court of all Connecticut, a home base, not just to raise money, but to stay connected to our community in the greater Hartford area. And so thank you all for staying tuned during that amazing interview. We really wanted to showcase John and Louis.
Yeah, and thank you for everyone who is continuing to donate. Thank you, Wayne. Thank you, Revy. Thank you, Danny. We love and appreciate every single one of you. And if you are waiting to make a donation or you don't know how, well, if you could just look at the ticker below. You can Venmo at CT Imperial Court or go to ctimperialcourt.org/donate. $1, $5, $50. It's going to Rain 22 beneficiaries, 3 amazing organizations that saves people's lives every single day. So thank you so much to everyone who's donated so far.
Yes, exactly. And to remind everybody, we have these absolutely fabulous door knocker, gorgeous AB earrings coming up at the end of the show. So please stick around to see who wins these. If you want to bid, darlings, you'll have an opportunity to. And so, can we bring our next guest on, my darling? What do you think?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Let's do it, my darlings. I'm so glad so many of you watching. Love you all. So we are going to bring to the virtual stage, we're going to introduce Lord Kyle Edwards. And so we are very, very excited because Kyle is going to be doing a regular segment with us called Kyle's Community Corner. He is going to be a segment producer and host. Kyle is a frontline worker and valued member of the Imperial Sovereign Court of all Connecticut. Kyle! Hi, you look so dapper. Look at you. You're so cute.
Yes.
You're so sweet. I'm so glad you're with us. I'm so glad you're part of our team here, Team 22 and Team Connecticut and Team Connecticut Connection. And so tell our viewers, if they do not know who Kyle is, they should. But if they don't, tell them a little bit about yourself, my darling.
Well, of course, my name is Kyle Edwards. I am from the Springfield, Massachusetts area, kind of relocated down to New Haven. For some of you who don't know, my partner is Patrick, actually. I'm a good man that's trying to bring awareness and connect people together. I would say on the side, not the side. My main job, I work for a bank, and I'm the guy that listens to calls. That's a real job, I swear it is. So
it is a real job. It is a real job.
And from another finance accounting nerd, like how has your job been during the pandemic? Are you seeing folks? What's that interaction been like?
Well, I also help out with training of new call center individuals. So occasionally I do have to go to the office, but primarily we shut down our entire building. Everybody's working remote. I actually love it. I was really against working remotely. I prefer to keep work and home completely separate. But now it's wonderful. It's absolutely wonderful. So every so often I do have to go to the call center to sit down with somebody to train them on the procedures and policies. But outside of that, I've seen a lot of uptick in electronic banking or different items such as that. Of course, many of us aren't very good with technology, so that brings in a whole nother wave of issues. So just trying to help people better bank without going in person, and also helping people help them be patient. Take time.
Yeah, and you are therefore in service to our community. People's finances are very much in limbo right now. And so them having access and regular access to their finances to keep them safe is so, so important. And so in addition to you doing that for our community, we are so excited that you are a member of the Imperial Sovereign Court of all Connecticut. Yes, you are. We just love you. And we're so glad that you're going to be with us. And so as we had mentioned, this Kyle's Community Corner, we are very excited to get that started. So tell us a little bit about what we might be able to look forward to, Kyle.
So what we're going to do in this segment is highlight the individuals that are within our community who are trying to make it better, who are on the front lines and who are actually putting the work and putting in the work that makes our lives better overall.
Mm-hmm.
Normally, we don't. I want to try to highlight people that we normally don't get a chance to interact with. Since Connecticut is such a broad and diverse area, I think it's time that we reach out to other people to highlight what they're doing.
Yeah.
Of course, there are other people that serve the community that intersects with the LGBTQ community too as well. So I do want to talk to them about the work that they're doing. Yep.
Wonderful.
Outside of that, I do also want to kind of almost do like today in history for the LGBTQ community. Knowing our history is very important. Oftentimes, LGBTQ community history is not talked about. We don't really have a chance to really express where we came from, how we got here, and where we're going. So I also want to highlight the different individuals, events, and the other individuals and events that actually shaped where we are today and will help us get to a better tomorrow.
Well, and as you can all see, my darling friends and family who are watching, it's clear why we asked Kyle to do this, because Kyle is so much fun. Kyle is so sincere. He is so kind, and he really cares deeply about our community, our history, and ensuring that everybody has a voice for sure. Yeah, we're so excited to have you.
Yeah, and I am loving both aspects of the segment. History is so important. I definitely wish I knew more about our history when I was coming out and trying to learn my identity, and the history is there to teach us a lot of that. So excited you're doing that and highlighting our community and people who are doing the work on the ground is something that's important for CT Connection, but also important for this entire reign. We've chosen 3 great beneficiaries that are doing that groundwork every single day, and we're so excited to highlight even more people, because don't sleep on Connecticut, people. Just don't sleep on Connecticut. I'm just saying there are people here with APNH, AFSP Connecticut, New Haven Pride Center, all these beneficiaries, and so many more organizations that are really trying to make the world a better place. And Kyle, we are so happy that you're going to be highlighting a lot of those folks. And with that, this is just a little teaser today, y'all. So the first community corner segment with Kai will be in our April show, and we can't wait to see the full version. But will you come back a little later on to play our little game with us a little later?
Of course.
Yay! Yay! We love you, Kyle. We'll see you in a little bit, okay?
Thank you.
Just love him. I just love him. And of course, this is one of the things that we really wanted to ensure happened during our reign, was to highlight our membership, right? And to celebrate our membership. And so that's just one of the ways that we are doing that with one of our amazing members. And so, this next person that we have coming up has been so patient behind the scenes, so patient, so fantastic, is a leader in her own community. So go ahead, Boo.
Introducing Regent Empress to Reign 34 of the Imperial Court of Toronto, professional drag artist, LGBTQIA activist, and frontline worker. Please welcome Nikki Chin.
Yes! Hello, gorgeous.
Hello.
How are you?
I am very well. How are you?
We're doing great. We're having a good time, darling.
This hair is giving me everything, Miss Nikki Chin.
Thank you. Yeah, I just threw it on. I just threw it on for you. I woke up and it was like, oh, I guess I should start getting ready. So I just threw this on. It's great.
We're so glad to have you. Thank you so much for making time to spend with us today. I know you're super busy, being Regent Empress and all, and the amazing work that the Imperial Court of Toronto is doing. So we'll start off with that, my darling.
Okay.
And so tell us about TICOT Live.
So Tycott Live has been going ever since the end of March, beginning of April. And it all started with Imperial Crown Princess 33, Rochelle Valois. She just, I snaps for her for sure, for starting all of this. She had the great idea to just do this live stream, and she went on by herself, and she was just like talking, and whoever comes on the comments and stuff like that just decided to talk, and then it just I watched it, and it just blossomed from there. It was something that really interested me, because especially in this time, we need this, especially as queens, especially as performers, especially people who want to raise money for their community, raise awareness for their community. Live streams are pretty much the best way to do it currently, being that we can't really get together. I know your doors have opened a little bit there. Ours haven't really that much here in Toronto. So Tycott Live has brought in guests from all over the international court system, as well as guests from not a part of the international court system. They've just been really intrigued and wanted to raise money for us and help us out, and they've been a part of that. So it's such an amazing thing that we do at least twice or three times a month. You just got to stay on top of the Imperial Court of Toronto's main page and official group on Facebook, and our Instagram, Tycott Life. And like, it's always posted in those when our events are going to be, where they're going to be. Like currently we have a face mask fundraiser happening. We have an Easter auction happening. I saw that. Yeah, we had a live stream last night. We have a live stream next Saturday, like this coming up Saturday. And yeah, it's we're doing a lot from our living room, which I mean, it's not.
Vu and I have been privileged to be on that show a number of times on Tycott Live, and we're very excited every time that we have been on with you and other members of the Imperial Court of Toronto. And so
we definitely missed you in the last round when Becca and Jason forced us to eat things out of cans.
How dare they? How dare they?
I was so happy I was not a part of that. I came in, I said hi, and I was like, not being a part of this. I'm out.
And Connie says you look gorgeous, and I couldn't agree more, Connie. We love Connie from Buffalo.
Hey, Connie.
And Nikki Chin does look very gorgeous. So much so that like I forced myself into her drag family world. So for those of you who don't know, some of you may know Moana Cash. She no longer exists. She was hit by a bus. Unfortunately, sometimes passed. I know Moana. We loved her. She was very dear. But her sister is going to make a resurgence, hopefully at some point this year. And Mickey Double Chin will be making her debut at a Connecticut court event soon. So I'm not sure how many chins there are out there, but I will try to do the name proud, girl.
You're gonna, I know you will. I mean, from the day I met you, I knew exactly what kind of person you are, and I fell in love with you. And I mean, both of you actually. And like, but when you forced yourself into the Chin family, and honestly, I do have an older Chin sister. We're the only two, but she hasn't done drag in a very long time, so it's now and I mean, I have more titles than she does, so I have more crowns than she does. So I mean, I think it is my responsibility now to create more of a Chin family, and I think I can now accept cousins, sisters, brothers, and stuff like that for a Chin family. So we'll see how it goes. I'm no drag mother. I'm still learning. I barely know what I'm doing. So I mean, it's a progress.
Excuse me. Did you hear what you just said? We do not accept that. No. Yes, we are all learning every day, my darling. However, you are clearly a professional, and not just a professional drag artist, but also a professional fundraiser, because right now you are Regent Empress of the Imperial Court of Toronto, but it is not your first time reigning.
Correct.
In Toronto, and you reigned with Jason Dixon, which just happens to be half emperor to our amazing Emperor Vu. And so, say a little bit more about what it's like to reign again during a very different time, right? And so, what are some of the traditions that you've been able to sort of maintain from your first year to this year?
So, I mean, you're right. It's difficult to kind of transition into this time, and luckily, Rochelle Valois obviously started these live streams back in last March, and our coronation isn't until October. So I actually had that kind of buffer zone of being able to learn how the live streams work, kind of learn about them, grow on them, make them a little bit more professional. And so did she, obviously, like we all did. So when it came to October, the college decided to step up, and like a handful of the college decided to step up, and we all said, sure, we'll all commit some time to reign this, or to make this year go smoothly, blah, blah, blah. I was the chair of the college at the time. And from October to December, so only a few months, there wasn't much give and take from the college to me, and vice versa. So I just decided to kind of make a big kind of speech on why I think I should just continue as regent and just continue on with the name and be the face of the organization, just make it one specific person. There have been courts in the international court system that have done a successful year with the college, but not all of us can. Like here in Toronto, we can't even see each other. We can't even go see each other, anything like that. So communication's always lost. So I don't blame the college for anything. I'm blaming the pandemic, but I kind of rolled with it, and I took it upon myself to be like, I'm doing it from my living room. It's not terrible. Like I'm in track pants and socks right now. I haven't worn a pair of heels. I haven't worn a pair of heels in a year. I haven't had to do a cartwheel, a backflip, or anything in a year. Like it's kind of been great. And
a vacation.
I'll keep it this way. I go from one room to sit in my living room and do a live stream, and then at the end have a shower and go to bed. Like it's simple, but like you were asking, the traditions that we're trying to keep is one big tradition that we always try and keep with the Imperial Court of Toronto is we put the fun in fundraising, and these live streams have really helped with them. Where we play games with guests. I mean, you two had to eat some terrible things, so I apologize. That was their idea, not mine. I just do like cute games. They do like, eat something terrible. But Rochelle has done games of people having to like find stuff in their house, and the first person back on the screen with like a spatula, a left shoe, like stuff like that. Like those are like the cute things that we kind of do. So keeping the fun and fundraising has been a really big thing for us this year.
Yeah.
And y'all have been pioneers with this virtual fundraising. I know when we were looking at virtual events and how to structure them, TICOT often came up in the conversation as like, look at what they're doing, like, and the consistency and the evolution. So it's been great for us to see. And I kind of want to segue a little bit. You spoke about the pandemic earlier, and things are opening up a little bit here in Connecticut at least, but we know it's a very different story going on right now up there. And you get a frontline view of it as a frontline worker, or I'm not sure what the restrictions are right now and whether you are still on the front line or whether y'all are quarantined, but can you kind of just explain like where you're at and kind of your experiences with the pandemic?
Yeah, of course. So we obviously, everybody went into lockdown. Every country went into lockdown or quarantine back in March. We in Toronto, so Toronto's kind of its own hub for people who don't know, and like the small surrounding area. So we have, because we're like a New York, we're a metropolis. Everyone is so close and tight knit. We shut down for a lot longer, and we have more restrictions than other cities, other towns and whatnot, because we can't treat all of Ontario because of Toronto or because of Ottawa or because of Niagara or Hamilton, like whatever, London, whatever it is. So every city kind of has to be able to open up. Our provinces are huge. You can fit 3 or 4 of your states in Ontario itself.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of jurisdiction and a lot of mayoral kind of municipalities kind of around that need to have their say. So
Sure.
we reopened back at the end of June for retail stores and restaurants, obviously with restrictions, with capacity and everything like that with them. And then we shut back down at the end of beginning of November. We opened July, August, September, October, October. Pretty much 4 months and 2 weeks we were open. Then we shut down again. So I was out of work again. I'm a bartender / server now. And we just reopened. And I'm also a home cook.
Yes.
And that's both me, by the way, everybody, if you if you couldn't get the hint. And so we just reopened restaurants. I'm looking at my husband to kind of give me like 2 weeks ago, not even like a week and a half ago, last Friday. Yeah, last Friday. And I'm supposed to be talking to you. I'm talking to him. No. And so I've been back to work. I worked Monday to Friday this week. And with only patios that are open, and I don't think it's capacity restraints. It's just tables have to be 6 feet apart from each other. So however many tables can fit on your patio with being 6 feet apart, you're allowed. But only 4 people are allowed maximum at a table, and all from the same household. However, we just got news a couple days ago that servers or anybody in the hospitality industry will be able to get our vaccine in the next few months, because we're technically considered people who cannot work from home. So we are now considered, not, I wouldn't say essential, but now considered important.
Yeah, but I have to say, I mean, isn't that terrible that what this pandemic has done is sort of identified some as being, and we're not talking about sort of the elderly, of course, that needed it first, or the people who work in healthcare, of course, but there's also been a weird conversation about, well, who is eligible now, right? Who can we take out of fear now, or who can we support now? And I just think that that's done a lot to people's mental health. Like, am I worthy of this? I mean, it's very difficult, right? I mean, I'm a professor, but I'm not a K through 12 teacher. And so I was lucky to find a vaccine, but if not, higher ed people in Massachusetts aren't until I think late May or early June. And so it's been crazy for sure. No doubt about it.
The government, and I mean, for everybody watching and you guys as well, the government is going to upset somebody. It's not there to play the, let's make everybody happy game.
That's right.
It's a pandemic. We're in a pandemic. We're all fighting for vaccines that we practically know nothing about. There's a few out there, and every country is bidding on however many they can get. So your government is going to upset you. It depends on what, it's age bracket, it's where you work or what you do for work, if you work, like stuff like that. So
right.
I mean, you're going to be upset. It's going to come when you come. Just be safe, wear a mask, social distance, bring hand sanitizer with you. Like I promote this on every single TICOT live stream. I start off every show by telling people, this is what we want to do. Right? Like, I've seen live streams of people getting together and being on the same screen. And I'm like Jason, speaking of Jason, my emperor, he lives right down the street from me. I can see his building from my balcony. I can never do a live stream with him, no matter how much I want to. I'm going to stay home. I'm going to be safe, because if we stay home, if we are safe, if we social distance as human beings, we can flatten the curve, and we can make all of this kind of dissipate. And we can make the health organization actually come together and be like, cool, let's fix it.
So can I just say, Nikki, for Prime Minister? Can I? I think
that's all I had in me. That's all. That was it. That was after that. Any other question you have, I'm just gonna be like, yep.
Okay, yeah.
Nikki can be prime minister and first husband. Patrick, can we bring up the shot again of Cooking with Chin? Like, can we just say, how is Nikki and Nick both so gorgeous?
You're
fabulous.
Sweet. That was the same day. I'm kidding. That wasn't the same day.
The same day, within minutes.
Exactly. I had to quick change, like just so we could take the shot real fast.
But I'm going to have to unfollow that page soon because, girl, you make me hungry. Like,
but
the dishes.
Yeah. lucky for everybody following my Cooking with Chin on Instagram is that I'm back at work. So I'm not able to actually cook as much as I was during the pandemic. I was cooking every single day, at least 28 days of a 30-day month. Like I was cooking every single day because like my husband's at work and I'm at home. I'm doing the Empress stuff. I'm doing the Taika stuff. But at the same time, my grocery store is right outside my door. My liquor store is right out in the grocery store. So it's like, it just made, that was my outing, by the way, every single day. My outing was going to the grocery store. I'm a great housewife.
Oh, I've been there. Today I'm going to Starbucks. Ooh, in the drive-thru. I get around. I mean,
yeah. I'm adventurous. I'm a traveling girl.
Well, we love you. And later on, you have a performance for us. And we're very excited about that. If you've not seen Nikki perform, you are in for a treat, my darlings. And so would you mind sticking around because we're about to play a game?
I would love that. And I'm going to watch the... wait, am I playing the game?
We would love you to if you want to.
Up to you.
We would love you to.
Okay, cool.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
I love playing games.
All right, please welcome back to the screen Dolores Degage Hopkins and Kyle Edwards. Yay! Look at all of these fabulous people. Oh my God, look at our guests, Fu. Look at our guests. Oh my
This is going to be a great game, I can already tell, with this group of people. Going to be so much fun.
So, y'all out there may have heard this game, and yes, I'm stealing it a little bit from a show called Hey Queen, right? They call Kiki Kai Kai Kill, but I make it a little bit more friendly, right? And I call it Kiki Kai Kai Kick to the Curb Girl, okay? So, I am going to give 3 names to each of our participants, and yes, Vu, you are playing too, my darling. Yes, my fabulous emperor. And so 3 names to each of our guests. And you have to identify if you would kiki with them, which all we know. We hang out. And kai kai, which means, something a little bit more personal. Let's just say personal. Or kick to the curb girl. Okay? So think about it. Kiki, kai kai, or kick to the curb girl. All right, we're going to start with Nikki because we left off with Nikki first. Okay, here are your 3 options, my darling. Are you ready?
Yes, sure.
Okay. Okay. If nobody in the court system, don't worry. All right. So we have. Okay. How about this? Elizabeth Taylor, the late Elizabeth Taylor, Barack Obama, the former president, and Leslie Jordan.
Kiki,
Kiki, Kai Kai, or kick to the curb.
That's no.
Come on, girl. I know you could do it.
So, okay. Well, I can't. No. I'm stressed out now. I don't want to play the game. So Kiki with Leslie Jordan.
Okay.
Who was the first one?
Elizabeth Taylor.
Great. Oh, really? Okay.
No.
Well, I don't like this answer. So okay, so Kiki with Leslie Jordan, Kai Kai with Barack Obama, and kick to the curb. Right. That's my answer. You can send hate mail to executive@tycot.ca. That's at least I didn't kick Barack Obama to the curb because he's a wonderful human being. Not saying that Elizabeth Taylor isn't. I'm just saying out of like those options, that is where I stand.
I'm sorry to put the pressure on you. You know I love you. But I'm just gonna say I kai kai with Barack Obama myself. Okay, yeah. Moving on to our fabulous Dolores Degage Hopkins. Are you ready, my darling?
Oh, I'm so ready.
Okay, so
I've
Kiki.
been living alone for a year. I am really ready.
So Kiki, Kai Kai, or Kick to the Curb Girl. We have of Drag Race fame, Bianca Del Rio. We have of film and TV and view fame, Whoopi Goldberg. And of course, George Clooney. Kiki, Kai Kai, or Kick to the Curb Girl.
Well, I'm definitely going to Kiki with the first two because they're fab. And oh yeah, Kai Kai with the third.
Oh, she just skipped Kick to the Curb Girl. She just
No, I don't need to kick any of those to the curb.
I wish I had that question.
we can make up our own rules. It's totally fine. This is CT Connection. It's all about fun and fundraising
It's not
and
connection. I need to connect with all three of them.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
More with the third.
That's right. That's right. Kyle, you ready, darling?
Sure.
Okay. So you got three. Okay. Hey. All right. So we have it's Kiki, Kai Kai, or Kick to the Curb Girl. We have President Donald Trump. We have Denzel Washington. We have Kim Kardashian. Go.
I'm gonna kick to the curb Donald Trump, obviously. Kick to the curb Kim Kardashian. I'm tired of her. And then who was the last one? One more time.
Denzel Washington.
Oh, Kai Kai and Kiki. You can just hang out and have fun.
Ooh, you're just gonna Kai Kai and Kiki with one person. All right, all right. Look, I wasn't expecting, although this is not political, I wasn't expecting you to say anything different about Donald Trump, as I wouldn't either. However, I wanted to list him as dishonorable mention. All right, so with that said,
I like that he's going to Kai Kai first and then Kiki.
Right. And so, my Emperor Darling, are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, look how cute he is in that little crown. Look how cute. Look how cute he is now. All right, so here we go. Okay. Kiki Kai Kai, Kick to the Curb Girl. Russell Crowe. Meryl Streep. Justin Bieber.
Nikki, this is so easy, right? And Nikki is on the same page with me. She's like, where did I get this one?
And any of the other three, like Dolores, Kyle's, or Booth, I would have taken a lot easier than the one that I did anyway.
Love you, girl. I'm sorry, I love you.
Me and Meryl are gonna compete together. We're gonna go through the whole Mamma Mia 2 album, and we're just gonna have a good old thing alongside. Russell Crowe and I, Russell Crowe circa Gladiator. We're gonna have a great Kai Kai session, and Justin, you're holy, moly, bye girl, bye.
And that, my darlings, is Kiki Kai Kai, Kick to the Curb Girl. So we want to thank Dolores Degage Hopkins and Lord Kyle R. Edwards for sticking around after their interviews. We love you, and thank you for being a part of our little ridiculous game. We love you so much. Thank you for being with us.
And Nikki, we're keeping you because you're about to do something for us. A little bit.
You can't go anywhere, my darling.
Oh. Great.
Great. We're just torturing you. We give you the bad names.
Yeah.
Right? We give you
I would have liked like a Canadian, like a Justin Trudeau or something. If you said Justin Trudeau.
Okay.
You know what? You're
Justin
right.
Trudeau, Kiki Kai Kai, Kick to the Curb. Go.
Kai Kai.
Okay.
I mean, what are you thinking?
Me and Frank already knew the answer. We just wanted.
I didn't realize that was a legit question. I was like, oh, it's not rhetorical. Okay, I need to answer the question.
Oh.
We only ask serious questions on CT Connection.
Yeah, right.
No, it's true. No, but we love some Justin Trudeau. That is for sure. Hey, Justin. Hey. Okay, so, Vu, we have a very special person to introduce, finally, with all her amazing patience and gorgeousness waiting for us.
Yes, the queen and professional of performing in their own living room. Please welcome to the virtual screen, Regent Empress of the Imperial Court of Toronto, Nikki Chin.
Woo! Gorgeous. How fun is this? This is great. I love this. Donate, everybody. Make sure you donate.
Under the pale moon, for so many years I wondered who you are. How could a person like you bring me joy? Under the pale moon, where I see a lot of stars. Listen up, I saw the sign, and it opened up my eyes. I saw the sign, life is demanding without understanding. I saw the sign, and it opened up my eyes. I saw the sign, and no one's gonna drag you up to get into the life where you belong. But where do you belong? Oh, oh, oh. I saw the sign, and it opened up my mind, and I am happy now living without you. I've left you, oh, oh, oh. I saw the sign, and it opened up my eyes. I saw the sign. No one's gonna drag you up to get into the life where you belong. I saw the sign, I saw the sign, I saw the sign, I saw the sign, I saw the sign. I saw the sign, I saw the sign, I saw the sign. And it opened up my eyes, I saw the sign.
Yay!
Oh, we are muted. Sorry, we were muted. Yes. Yay, yay, yay.
Yes. Loving some Ace of Base.
Yes. Well, spring is finally here.
Spring is finally here.
Spring is finally here. Nikki, thank you so much for being with us. We love you so much. Thank you for your patience waiting in that back room for us. You look gorgeous. We love your support. We can't wait to support the Imperial Court of Toronto. Whenever you need us, you let us know. Thank you for being with us.
Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Have a wonderful rest of your show. Make sure everybody donate. The Imperial Sovereign Court of all of Connecticut needs your help. We all do. But just have fun. Be entertained. These two are fantastic human beings. Keep them close to your heart like I do. Thanks, everyone.
Right back at you, baby. Love ya. The best people. The best people.
So good. So good.
Unbelievable. And so as we are nearing the end of our first CT Connection, my darling, it is now time for, Boo, drum roll, please. Bing! Our fabulous live auction items. And so these fabulous earrings are from Touch of Elegance Jewelry, a fabulous, fabulous person named Dusty Rose. You may have seen her on Facebook. They are made absolutely beautifully. They are plated in the back. And in addition to being Aurora Borealis, or AB, they also detach into a little button earring. Look how cute that little button earring is, right? You could reattach it for the whole door knocker earring. Right? Or if you just want a little dangle, my darlings, we just have that. So these really are 3 earrings in one, my dears, and we are starting the bidding at $60. $60. These are also connected by magnet. Boom. So no glue on those ears. If you are not pierced, it's okay. They really do hold quite well, my darlings. And so we are starting the bidding off at $60. But what do you think about these?
Oh my God, they are such a steal. And I feel so not smart right now because I did not know that AB stood for Aurora Borealis. So thank you for my Jag jewelry education, but they are stunning. They are versatile. You can do a little bit if you want a little bit. You can do a lot if you want a lot. I absolutely love them. And $60, such a steal.
They really are. And remember, darlings, these are 3 earrings in one. You have the little detachable button, right? You have the bigger, gorgeous piece attached to that button. And then this piece can pop right off if you don't want a huge door knocker, right? Mm-hmm. So these really, darlings, are absolutely gorgeous. Again, made of Touch of Elegance designs, beautifully made, all plated in the back. Nothing's going to fall out of these earrings.
Yeah.
Please remember, this is all for charity, my darlings. Would you want to talk about our beneficiaries again?
Sure. Our beneficiaries, we love them so much. The first one is a place to nourish your health based out of New Haven, Connecticut. They started their work with HIV/AIDS prevention, but are doing so much more around health management. The New Haven Pride Center, doing work for our community every single day. So much educational programming, so much advocacy, casework, you name it, they do it. And the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. And I see our first bid has come through.
Yes. Oh my goodness. Thank you, Patrick Dunn. $60. Oh, here we go. We have a bid war.
70, yes. Oh.
Chrissy, 70. Oh my God. Peter, thank you for your 65 bid. Thank you. Wow, people.
I love the middle option with 75. Oh my goodness, it's going too fast.
Dolores Degage at 80. Oh, this is the bidding war, people. I'm getting so uncomfortable. Oh my God. I do want to hold this up to my ear, y'all, so you can see really how long this really is. I mean, this really rests on your shoulders, right?
Mm-hmm.
I promise you, they really do. They are beautifully, beautifully made. Oh, did you see this? Did you see this? Patrick Dunn at $85. I can't take it. I can't.
And I love that middle option you showed with the little door knocker. I think that's a great option. I mean, it's like that moment in time when you want to let the gentleman inside know you're there, but you don't want his neighbors to know. So just a little door knocker, just a little tap on the door.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, wow. We have 90, 95. And now I'm wearing them, my darlings, and they are attached by heavy duty magnets, so they're not going anywhere. No glue on this ear, honey. And so resting right on that shoulder. Look how gorgeous. Look how fantastic. It's just picking up the light there. Oh, Peter, my God. Peter, my darling. Thank you so very much.
Emperor Peter. We love Emperor Peter.
Emperor Peter. Oh, my goodness, of the Imperial Sovereign Court of all Connecticut. We just love you. So we have a $100 bid from Peter. Thank you so very much. Do we have 105, 110? These really are so versatile, my friends.
We do have 110. We have 110 from Dolores Degage.
Oh, my goodness gracious. Thank you all so much for being so generous.
They would look stunning on Dolores, yes?
They would. Absolutely gorgeous on Dolores. Oh my goodness, we have a little bit of a war between Dolores and Christina, but we are all family, we are all friends, and we all love each other, right? That's what CT Connection is all about, my darlings. And so
the top bid we see is still 110. So we're just going to go off of the feed that we have here in our StreamYard account, folks. So based on the highest numbers that we see first, that's what we're going to be calling out. So our high bid right now is 110 with Dolores right now.
And so I'm just going to give it about a minute. Oh, my goodness.
120 with Peter.
Well. I don't know what to say. Here we go. And 120 from Peter.
You know who Peter's imperial wife is, right, Frank? You know who Peter's imperial wife is? Empress Kiko.
Yes, our grandmother.
She knows a little bit about some jewelry.
She does. Oh. God, 125, Dolores Degage Hopkins. Oh my goodness. Okay, I think in the interest of time, we have to do a countdown. What do you think, Vuvu?
Okay, let's do it.
All right, we're going to do a 30-second countdown. I'm going to let Vu talk a little bit more about these earrings as I do that countdown.
These earrings are gorgeous. They are perfect for any engagement. So if you're just looking to go out on a simple night on the town, you can use the little buttons. If you are trying to make a statement, these will definitely do those for you. They frame your face so well. They hang at just the right spot.
20 seconds.
Magnetized. They will hold well. No glue. No peeling off of the skin on your ears. So if you need something to elevate that look to the next level, this is what you want, my dear. So please keep on bidding. Look at this gorgeous model. And to the left, and to the right. And
that's the funniest thing you've said all day. Anyways. And so, yes, all right, here we go. And we are at 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, so congratulations to Dolores Degage Hopkins at 125. Oh, and there she is.
And you are back on screen, my love.
I won.
Oh, my goodness.
I'm here on my phone tapping this in.
Oh, congratulations, my darling. Thank you for your generosity. Oh, there she's gone. Oh, no. Oh, no.
Well,
Dolores.
thank you so much, Dolores, for that high bid, and thank you so much for being on with us earlier and playing around with us. Our next CT Connection is on April 18th, and we will have 3 more fabulous guests. We'll have the debut of Cal's Community Corner. We'll be raising more money for our amazing rain beneficiaries. Want to give a great shout out to Patrick, who's been our producer for this event. We love you. The intro, if y'all saw that intro to CT Connection, that was Patrick's baby, and it was gorgeous. And so thank you so much.
Yes, thank you. And thank you again to our guests, to Nikki Chin, Dolores Degage, to Kyle Edwards, and to all of you who donated, who watched, who gave us some of your time. We love you. Stay strong. Stay connected. Reach out if you need anything. Vu and I are on Facebook and we're on Messenger. If we can help support you and what you are doing in our community or in your community, just give us a ring, my darlings, okay? And with that said, we can't wait to see you for our April installment of CT Connection. Starting in May, we'll be coming at you twice a month, my darlings. And so we are going to end the way we always have. And Vu's going to do this with me, right? You're going to do a little interpretive dance, right? Okay, I'm very excited about this. Oh, everybody. Okay, pay attention to Vu's dance more than my singing. I just want you to know that. Okay, you ready, darling? You ready? Okay, so. Hey, old friend, what do you say, old friends? Are you okay, old friends? Are we or aren't we unique? Time goes by, everything else keeps changing. You and I, we get continued next week. Most friends fade, or they don't make the grade. New ones are quickly made. Look at him. And in a pinch, sure they'll do. But us old friends, what's to discuss, old friends? Here's to us, who's like us. Damn few. Mwah, mwah, mwah.